Yeah, we'll review a little bit and then we will. We'll get there.
Alrighty.
Hey, remind everyone when they walk in, grab books. They have them.
That was like every word. Thank you.
Okay. Question? Okay. Okay. Just go grab a book from the back. No one actually has a book yet. They're just grabbing one from the back. So head back there and grab it. If you borrowed a book yesterday, make sure you brought it back. I'm already missing one, so you should not be taking it home with you. I know some people like use it in study hall. That's great. Fine. I can understand that. But gotta bring it back. Because I don't have enough for everybody, for all my classes yet. Because I'm waiting for the shipment to come in. And then I can let you keep them. Okay? All right, today, I'm gonna let you work today. So you can actually work on that assignment at page 8, 1 through 3, 8 through 25. That was the one that I gave you yesterday. When is that due? Monday. So you will have plenty of time today to work on it. Okay, the first thing I want to make sure of is that you're comfortable with the notation, what they're going to ask of you for the homework, and do you understand like the different pictures? Because there's some pictures that will get deceiving. They look different, you don't understand what they're telling you or what they're showing you. Okay, so the one thing I want to discuss is this type of problem. So it was the mock picture of a plane. Remember, when they give you a picture of a plane, there's no edges. You have to imagine that they keep going. And, you know, sometimes they draw lines on it. That's fine. Now, the big thing that you need to worry about when they're drawing lines, I'm going to call this A and B. Remember, they're going to label the line, you know, with not just with 2 points, but they're going to give that weird cursive letter thing that I kind of warned you of yesterday, where, you know, certain math textbooks always do that, where, you know, they might call the line like cursive L. That'll be the line. So there's two ways you can name that line. So you can name it line AB, that's how we pronounce it. So to say whatever letters they are. They don't even have to be in order. You can switch them around. You can pick whatever ones there are. If there's like 3 of them, just pick 2. You call this. That would be an answer if like they're saying, hey, because like one of the first problems says, name a line that has point A. Well, that's it. Point A is like line AB. That has A on it. It has a contained on it. Or you could have called it line L with a little cursive letter. Notice I didn't put the arrows above that. If you do it this way when you're using the little italicized cursive letter, you don't need to use the arrows, you just use the 1 letter. But if you're using the points on it, you have to use the 2-letter arrow thing. Does that make sense? They're going to ask, I think a lot of the problems just ask you that. Name a line, name this. And then sometimes they're going to, they'll put a couple points on the plane and they'll have, they'll have the lines going this way, so let's see. Okay, so then they could say, hey, name a line that has point B on it. Well, now you have the options. You could give me the top line that has B on it, or you could give me the bottom line. It doesn't matter. That's why I said, like, your homework's very open-ended. There's multiple different answers for each of your problems. You just have to name 1 or maybe 2 of them, okay? Just remember that they could possibly use a cursive letter again, so just be careful of that. They could use the cursive letter for line BC, okay? So you could give me like line M, or you could say BC or whatever. All right, now here's the part I was talking about where the picture gets deceiving. It's difficult to look at. Okay. All right. The part that's weird is when they start doing this. I'm going to do it in a different color. For colorblind, I'm really sorry. I'm using green. All right. So what you do is the line will go through B. And then they use these like weird little dash line, and then it suddenly does this, and they're going to put like a D on the bottom like that. And I know when you look at it, you're like, I don't understand. Like, why do they use a dash line? Can anyone figure out why they used a dash? Because the other ones didn't have dashes, but why did that green line, B to D, have a dash on it? Like right here, do you see the dash? Why'd they do that? Anyone figure that out? Because I know a couple of your first problems have that. What do you think? Here's why. Okay. Imagine that this plane here, plane ABC, this plane, this figure, BD is actually doing this. It's doing that. It's poking through it. That's why they did the dash line. It's going up the bottom. Does that make sense now? So like D would be down here where the pencil tip is. And then B is right where the pencil hit the paper. So that's what they're doing. So anytime they use dash lines, it means it's like in the back or it's out the bottom. It's like they're trying to do a 3-dimensional picture, but some people really can't see that unless you see the visual aid. Like it's literally being poked through the paper. If it's on the actual plane, it'll be solid lines like that. So, and that's the part that's deceiving here, is that this line's actually up in the air because it's like this. It's the top part of the pencil. Okay, is there any questions with that weird situation that could happen? Okay, a lot of the problems just ask you to name certain things. Name points that are collinear. Remember, when you name points, you have to write the word point and then give me some letters. I think there was one problem in particular, maybe it was problem number 8, said name 3 collinear points or something like that. Is that right? Number 8? Or is it number 10? I don't know which one was it. Name 3 points that are collinear. Number 9. Sorry, it was problem number 9, right? So name points that are collinear on the picture that's next to it. Well, I would personally say like A, H, and B. Those look collinear to me. Another group of letters you could have used are points B, is that J, and F. That's another set. You just have to give me 3 that are in a straight line. That's what collinear means. Because that was one of our vocab words yesterday. Okay. If you're gone yesterday, the notes and stuff will be online. I think I posted the outline of what we did yesterday. I just haven't posted the video yet. That'll be up today. It actually has sound, so that's kind of nice. The first video that was what, Wednesday's first video, didn't have sound. Apologize for those who didn't look. Because again, I posted them to my website, hsmath.org, and then you can go on JMC lesson plans and see what we did. But does everyone feel comfortable with what I'm going to expect you to do today? Perfect. All right. I'm going to give you the rest of the class if you need it to work on this. Okay. You can move around, you can have lively discussions, you can work together. I love that. You're learning stuff. If you're not getting it, please ask. I'm going to actually make the same answer key that you guys are doing right now. So I'm going to do the same homework that I expect of you. I'm going to do it up here on a piece of paper. If you want to see it, come on up. Okay? Now again, like I said, multiple answers for every problem. So don't feel like you're wrong. You might be right. It's just you thought you saw it differently. Okay? We good? Okay, move around, have some fun, do some homework. It's due Monday. And remember, you cannot take these books out of this room. So if you need to take it home because you didn't finish, here's what I recommend. Take a picture with your cell phone. That's what I would do. Right back by the door, sorry. If you want to close the cabinet door there. Okay, what do we get? Jeez. 1, 2, 3, 4. Missing one. Okay, is Michaela here today?
No, she's sick.
Thank you. And you can put those in anywhere. Yep. And again, if you have any questions, do not be afraid to ask. Sorry. Sorry, Sadie. Was I just ignoring you?
Yes.
Sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, what do you got? Yes. What does it ask? Okay, so you got the weird like prism thing. Okay, so let's count. So you got the front, you got the back, the bottom, side, Everybody, yeah. Okay, part A, geometric figures modeled by the stars. So what are these figures? Points. Points and lines. Yeah. Begin. Part 1. Okay, so B, 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3, all three. Two of them are, right? Any two could be, not all three. Yeah. Three make the plane, they're not on the same line because you can see the plane. Okay, make sense? Alright. Yes, what do you got?
Is this technically considered a figure of the line?
Yeah, it's like points. Okay. Do the best you can. Somebody else have their hand up? I saw them. Here's what okay, so. There's two commas between the A and B. Take that up here, sorry. Yep. Okay, so what are these figures? Points, okay. And what's the thing now? And what's the big picture there?
What? I'm playing.
Representing all three. And then you can go through the other parts, because the other parts are free, so it's fine. If you need help, raise your hand. There's star, there's one. Are they cool ones? And then see flat circles. Yeah, because any 3 points will be on flat surface. Okay. Oh, hey, quick reminder, I just thought of this. All right, in the top right corner of your paper, you got to make sure you have a few things that that are required in the top corner. So these are the things that that I need, because you can turn in your homework at any point during the day. It could be during this class, other classes, maybe in the mornings, after school, it doesn't matter. But here's what I need. I need your full name, not middle name, I don't care about that. But you know, first, last name, because I always have a few Mackenzies and other things like that. All right, so full name, first, last. I need what period you are. So you guys are what, period 2?
Yeah.
The page number, so what do we got? Page 8, 1 through 3, 8 through 21. Okay. And then I also need the date. What's the date today? 26th? Sorry, gotta fix the date. 8/26. That should be on every paper no matter what. So whatever homework assignment I always put, if we do a pop quiz or you have to use paper, that should always be at the top. That way I know, because when you turn it in at some point during like later in the day, maybe you're in pre-calc when you walk in and turn it in. I don't mind that. But then I gotta know where to put it. So I gotta know which class to grade it for. So. All right. There you go. Just stop that. Yes, sir. What do you got? Which one? Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just how many points are those? 3.
Part A, model by the figures. I would just say, what's the word we want?
This whole block.
That's what I would say.
So it starts to, so it starts to and starts with R.
Yeah.
I don't disagree. There's words.
Yeah.
They didn't say we would explain, so I'm just saying yes.
That's one. I didn't think that.
It's on both. It's on, it's on both of them. It can be on this plane, and it cannot both on that there. And then C, E on the bottom, and C is right there.
Bless you.
That are yeah, that's why.
One, two, and three. And the same line as their straight line. Now I know any two always have a line, right? But not all three. They're like weird curve. Yes. Yeah, what do you got? I would say eventually it does. So that's what I would say. The reason why that they would is because they're tapered together and they're on the same plane. So yeah. Exactly. Yeah, because they're tapered together and they're on the same plane. Yeah, I would say. Yeah, what do you got?
So this one,
Hmm?
13.
13.
There's
Name
one.
lines that are only in plain Q. So
they named the sign line N, but it only has 1 point.
yeah, so I would just call it line N.
Okay.
Yeah, because you wouldn't want to call it like NG because
Right,
N is not
okay.
a point, so just call it line N. Yeah, that's the only way you could name it. Yep. Okay. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, if you get it done, you're more than welcome to turn it in here in the basket. If you're not, that's fine. Take your time. We got 20 minutes. So it's due Monday. So if all else fails, like if you know you're not going to get done, just take a picture with your cell phone. You can work on it at home.
Mr. Ward.
Yes, sir. Sorry. No peripheral vision yet. Yeah, that's exactly. That's exactly. It'll look nice. Yeah, good. Yeah, because you'll really know what I'm saying. Okay, just a reminder, make sure you put your name, all that stuff in the corner. If you're done, you can turn it in. If not, keep working. You got 18 minutes. You're fine. Yeah. The reason why I know that they're not skewed, that was the word we used, they're on the same plane. They're on that flat. They're gonna hit. Yeah, they're gonna hit. Yeah.
They're on different planes than
That's skewed.
Where do I put it? Oh, in the back?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, actually, you can put it here. You don't need to put it in the back.
Okay. Yep. Oh. I think she'll give us
Alright, yes.
Stop.
Exactly. Yeah, you're absolutely
Should do that.
They're gonna kick you.
Sadie. Sadie, tell me. Come here.
Actually, I think you.
Come here. I am. Sadie. Oh my god. Sadie. One on the team. They have more than one. Oh, yeah, there's that one. Oh, but you're doing. Oh, okay. One has a girlfriend.
Whatever the yeah, now that I looked up more, if there are I feel like we were
Hey, reminder, quick announcements today. Cross-country inter-squad meet tonight. Good luck to all those cross-country runners. Football tonight is at West Hancock. Start time, it starts at 7 tonight. That's when kickoff's at. That's different than normal. It's not 7:30, it's 7 tonight, okay? That's in Britt, so just know that. Monday coming up, we have a JV football game. So that kind of gives you prepared for the weekend and stuff. Lunch day is tacos, mandarin oranges, salad with salsa and crackers. So there you go. Good luck to any of you that applied or tried out for the musical last night play. So good luck to you guys. Hopefully it went well. I don't know when they're going to post those yet. So.
I got. That's actually a show. Wait. No, I just wanted to ugly face. Not you, ugly
All right, hey, is everyone done with their assignment? Hey, is everyone done? Everyone done with the assignment? Okay. hey, here's what I'm gonna do. We're just gonna intro what we're doing tomorrow. That's it. I'm just gonna intro. It'll be like maybe 5 minutes tops. Okay. I just want to give you an idea what we're gonna do on Monday for notes. We're gonna go pretty deep into Monday. Now, hopefully over the weekend we get that shipment of books, and then eventually you can keep your book, and we'll get the online version. But hopefully it worked out that you guys could just work on it in class and stuff. So you'll have always a lot of time in class to actually work on assignments. So you can ask questions and stuff, especially when you get to the harder material. Because right now this stuff's kind of easy. You just got to get used to the basics, like how do you write things, notation things. You got to get used to that. So all right. So we just got done with points, lines, and planes, correct? What we're going into is that second type of line, like I said. Now we had just the first type was just self-entitled lines, right? They went in both directions forever. The second type is the one I just want to intro today. That's it, just a light introduction. So if you have notes, I would take it out because I want to just do a quick intro. Nothing crazy in depth, not like we've been doing the last couple days. Just a brief introduction. So we're going to be talking about the second type of line. Again, we had 3 types. The first type was self-entitled. It was just called a line. The second type is the new one. I'm going to highlight that in a different color. The second type is called a line segment. Very, very different than the first type. First types go on forever. Line segment does not. It has a different definition, and that's what I want to talk about today. So let's do the definition of a line segment. And eventually, next week, we'll get the third type so that you can keep them straight in your head, because there's purposes to all of them. Okay, line segment is a geometric figure that represents the distance between 2 points and has 2 endpoints. This has endpoints now. It doesn't continue in both directions without limit. There's endpoints to this thing, and the endpoints are actually the points that you're on the the distance between them. The 2 points you're picking that you're trying to find the distance between. Those 2 points are actually the endpoints. So what I mean by that is if we actually give a drawing here, 2 letters here. I'll just use X and Y. So here's X, here's Y. Those are going to be my 2 endpoints. There's no arrows after it. The line segment is actually the segment connecting it. So what you need to remember about a line segment, it's an actual distance. It's measurable. So that's a difference than before. We can actually measure this. That's something we will talk about Monday, which is, I know it's silly. We're going to review how do you use a ruler correctly. How do you use inches? How do you use centimeters? I know some of you are like, really? Yeah, we're going to do that. Because some people don't understand the markings on a ruler. They're not familiar with that. They don't use it every day. So we're going to actually talk about that. Because we are going to measure stuff. We're going to measure these segments. Okay, now, again, how you write a segment. Like the notation for it. So if they ask you in the book, like, hey, name this segment with this certain stipulation, that's maybe 4 inches long. The segment, you just use the outside letters. You have to use the outside now. So what are my 2 outside letters? X and Y. So you put those back to back, doesn't matter the order, just like before, you can switch them around. And then you just put a bar above it. You draw a mock picture of the segment above it. Notice, no arrows. It's just a bar. You have to have it in there. Previous textbooks I have, they allow you not to put it there. That you can just leave it blank. You can just put X, Y. The only reason why my other textbooks did that is because anytime they left the bar off of it, they actually meant the distance. So they're actually meaning that the X, Y there without the bar means like 4 centimeters or 4 inches or whatever the distance is. I don't particularly care for that. I like to always have the bar so we know what we're talking about. Oh, it's a segment XY. It's not a line XY. Okay, do we have an understanding on that? Now, the thing is, you can add segments together. So if segments are attached, literally like end to end, and they're actually making a straight line, you can actually connect them. You can add their distances together. Not if there's a bend in the road, you're not allowed to. Okay, you're not allowed to do that. So the idea is, I just want to show you this real basic concept. A, B, and C. This is actually a postulate. If you don't know what a postulate is, it's a property in geometry that is an assumed truth. Okay, so a postulate is an actual property in geometry. It's important. They're assumed truths. It's the stuff, it's the foundation of all math. You start with basic things. Like, what are the things you remember learning in elementary school? Well, basic numbers, right? Adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, right? Those are like the basics. Those are just things we take for granted. That's the same idea with a postulate. We take it for granted, something we just know is true. So, how this works for postulates, for this particular postulate, this is called the segment addition postulate. Kind of common sense that you can add two segments together and it makes the full stick, right? So, does everyone see that there is two pieces there? There's like a smaller piece and a larger piece. You can add them. You can literally like write it like this: that AB plus BC, so the short stick plus the long stick equals. What do you think it equals? AC, the whole stick. It's common sense, right? It's just mind-numbingly easy. Okay, small stick plus the bigger stick equals the entire stick. That's the concept. Now, if you had numbers, fine and dandy. So maybe this is 4 inches, maybe this is 12 inches. So that's 4 plus 12, and guess what you get? It's 16 inches, and that should be the whole stick. Common sense. Now, if there's any time there's a flex in the road, there's a bend, you're not allowed to do that anymore. You're not allowed to do it if there's a bend. And this is the last thing I want to do. I'll give it some new letters. So D, E, and F. So if there's a bend in the road, you're not allowed to take DE, add EF, and equal DF. You're not allowed to do that if there's a bend. Here's the reason. Okay? When you add DE plus EF, so this stick plus this stick, it doesn't equal DF. The reason why DF, this little notation right here, DF, is actually talking about this. Talking about that piece, DF, the shortest distance to D to F. There is no way that this red stick is the same as adding these two together. There's no way. Just think about it this way. If you were standing here, and this is your house, right? You're standing here, you walk around the block to go to your house. No way that's the same distance as you walking a straight line straight to your house. Common sense. So if there's any time there's a bend in the road, you can't do this simple segment addition thing. Okay? All right, free to go. I'll see you Monday. Good luck to those cross-country runners, football players, cheerleaders. Good luck.